Hi, boys and girls. This week for grammar, we will be focusing on when to use capital letters. So let's begin the lesson. This lesson's learning objective is students will be able to identify when to use capital letters. So you might be wondering, well, when do we use capital letters? We use capital letters for proper nouns, specifically for days of the week, months of the year, holidays, titles for people, name of streets, countries, states, and cities. Days of the week and months of the year are proper nouns. So anytime you are talking about a specific day of the week or month of the year, you always need to capitalize the first letter. And here I just provided the 7 days of the week, Monday through Sunday. As you notice, the first letter of each word is capitalized. And I also provided the 12 months of the year. And again, notice each first letter is capitalized. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next slide. Holidays. Holidays are also proper nouns. So if they're proper nouns, we need to capitalize the first letter of each word. So here I provided an example of a bunch of holidays. Labor Day, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Easter, Mother's Day, Memorial Day, which is coming up. So here you get an idea that you need to always capitalize holidays because they're specific days in the year. Titles for people. So anytime you are going to mention someone's specific name, you need to capitalize. Names with initials, those also need to be capitalized. Titles for people and abbreviations. So if I'm talking about my Aunt Julie, Aunt needs to be capitalized, the A for Aunt and the J for Julie. If I want to say someone's first and last name, Luke Skywalker, you need to capitalize the first letter of each word. So L for Luke, S for Skywalker. If you're going to say Miss Para, you need to capitalize the M for Miss and then the P for Para. If you're talking about your doctor and you don't want to write out the entire word doctor, DOCTOR, you can use abbreviation DR, but you must capitalize the D and then as well capitalize the first letter of his last name, so Dr. Jones. And if you're going to use someone's initials instead of writing out their name, those also need to be capitalized. MLK, Martin Luther King Jr. All right, let's move on. Name of streets also need to be capitalized. If you live on Laurel Canyon Street, the L needs to be capitalized for Laurel. Canyon needs to be capitalized, the C, and S for street needs to be capitalized as well. I gave you a couple of other examples: Hollywood Boulevard, Troost Avenue. Countries, states, and cities are also proper nouns. So if you're talking about a specific country like the United States of America, you can see that it needs to be capitalized. If you're talking about a specific state like California, that needs to be capitalized. And if you're talking about a specific city in a state, that also needs to be capitalized. As you can see, I provided Los Angeles, it's capitalized. Now you try. Directions. Identify the words that need to be capitalized. Sentence 1. Uncle Jim lives in New Orleans, Louisiana. I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to identify which words need to be capitalized. Okay, well, if you said the J for Jim, you are correct. Uncle Jim needs to be capitalized. But notice they already capitalized the U for uncle, so only the J for Jim needs to be capitalized. And the N for new and the O for Orleans. New Orleans needs to be capitalized because it is a specific city in a specific state. Louisiana is the state, so we need to capitalize that L. All right, let's move on to the second practice example. Directions are the same. The sentence example changed. So, sentence 2. Miss Para's birthday is in September. Again, I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to identify which words need to be capitalized. Okay, well, if you said the M for Miss and the P for Para, you are correct. Miss Para needs to be capitalized. And September, the S for September, because it is a specific month. So those 3 words, the first letter of those 3 words, need to be capitalized because they are proper nouns. Let's move on to our last practice example. Sentence 3. Laurel Hall School is located in North Hollywood, California. Again, I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to identify which words need to be capitalized. Okay, well, if you said Laurel Hall School, you are correct. The L for Laurel, the H for Hall, and the S for school. Those 3 first letters need to be capitalized because it is a specific school. And the N for North and the H for Hollywood. North Hollywood needs to be capitalized. And the C for California needs to be capitalized as well. All of those mentioned are proper nouns. And that concludes the mini lesson on capital letters. Great job, guys.